Here we are again for the podcast. I'm gonna drink this beer.
Weed spaghetti.
I like beer cause it is good. I drink beer because I should. If there was a song to sing, I sing it and beer you bring. I drink beer when I am sad, cause the beer it makes me glad.
It's gotta get to the chorus.
I hate you for playing this.
Beer is good, beer is good, beer is good. It's not, beer is good, beer is good, beer is good.
Let's go drink some beer.
Alright, enough of that. Welcome to For the Glory podcast. I'm Fats.
And I'm MicSpam.
And we have a new guest who's not really that new.
Don't worry about it.
Alright.
Mind your own business.
Yeah, it's that guy. Yay. Fucking A. Well, we are back for another awesome week of anime, and I have to say, MicSpam is just absolutely killing it. Absolutely killing it with really good anime choices, because I have to finish this one. Just like I regrettably finished Terraformers, but, you know, it was good, and then it was really bad. But we'll get to that later. Let's just dive right into it. Yeah? Should we just dive right into it?
Let's
Just dive right into it.
All right. Well, I was given.
Dive right into that dick.
Let's just dive right into it.
All right.
Let's
Should we dive?
Right into it.
Right in. All right. Well, looking at the trailer now, he's diving on in. He's about to murder some kids. So basically, I got Dead Man Wonderland, and I have to say, I'm just gonna give the rating right now, 8.3. Boom. It's fucking fantastic.
That's oddly specific.
Yes, because I had to give it more than Terraformers, which I would give a much lower one. You've seen it, Peanut Butter. Well, that's good. I personally loved it. Just to give short synopsis, I mean, I only watched the first 3 episodes, and I'm definitely going to finish it. I guess I could get a little volume here. But basically, it starts off very normal. Like, just this normal kid going to school. But it very, very quickly changes when he's just in class and he looks out the window and there's just this red, creepy guy floating in the air. And then he murders everyone. And then he wakes up all sorts of confused because he didn't get murdered. And then the guy stabs him through the heart very epically, so then he did. And then he wakes up in the hospital and the police arrest him, thinking he murdered his classmates. Kind of crazy. Then he instantly, and it flashes really quickly. Then he goes to court, and then they sentence him to death. Boom. All right, show's over. He's fucked. Game down. Game blouses. But
Game blouses.
he's pretty much just gets sentenced to death right away. Well, it turns out sentenced to death in Japan, which is ironic. They were actually going to take a field trip to this. This privately owned prison in Japan, the only one, and it's basically like a spectators. Like they're trying to make a shit ton of money off it by basically making the prisoners do stupid shit, like getting murdered like crazy. It's honestly fantastic premise. I think the show could go any way, and I feel like I'm gonna be a little upset with the way it's going. I think if they did this same approach to the show where the spectators in prison and they're all given collars that are slowly poisoning them to death, like they'll die in 3 days unless they make enough credits from doing these shows to appease the people. They'll just die in 3 days from the poison unless they get the antidote, which is these little pieces of candy. So, and it's 100,000 credits to get the candy to survive, and it's such a unique concept, in my opinion, and I really wish they went a more realistic route in it. But then, all of a sudden, second episode, he meets this chick who looks like his classmate, who turns out isn't even a prisoner. Don't really know much about her. She's just this weird chick in white. And basically, they're trying to kill this kid. Like, the warden guy's, the owner's got it out for him for some reason. He wants him dead. So he tries to make an accident happen, and then all of a sudden he unleashes these like blood powers and saves himself, but everyone else gets murdered. And he don't know
his blood powers, or is it just him?
Just him so far. Well, other than the guy who murdered the classmates. He had the blood powers, which I'm pretty sure is who gave him the blood powers, because, you know, he murders his classmates, and he's like, no, I'm gonna die, and then he stabs him through the chest with, like, a dagger that came out of his hand. Oh, sick.
Or it was all in his head and he did murder his classmates.
Ah! Well, they do have footage of him talking to his lawyer about how, you know, oh, it was so easy. You just gotta make it go away. Like, how was I supposed to kill that many people, you know? Make it go away. So they, like, framed the shit out of this kid. Like, he definitely, well, unless maybe he did do it. I don't know. That's a weird twist it could have. But either way, quick list of pros. Pros and cons. That's how I did it. Pros. It's a very awesome story, and I like the prison system. They're all fucked. The art style and the animation, very flashy, very nice. Honestly, the fights and the death are pretty sick, and I'm looking forward to it. There's really only 5 characters that I really know of so far. The main kid, Gonta, which is star of the show, in my opinion. He's lured me in quite well. Like, I'm looking forward to it. Joe, you're leaking noise.
What do you mean?
All of the noise.
I mean, I'm hearing some kind of mechanical something going on.
Like a jet engine?
Maybe.
You buy a jet engine?
Did you buy one? Why didn't you come visit?
No, my apartment's quiet. I don't think that's me.
Oh, then maybe not. I'm not sure. Well, either way, we'll keep going. Sucks that there's only one season, but it is moving very quickly because of that reason. And they're definitely, as you can see in this clip, this is episode 2, where he joins the dog race, which is essentially they try to compete in an obstacle course to win 100,000 credits. It's definitely coming out of your sound, Joe. I can hear it.
You must be picking up the neighbor's dryer somehow. It's kind of a hum.
Huh, that's very interesting.
Mm.
Very interesting indeed. But like I said,
Should be gone now.
You gotta talk more, Joe.
well, I just have to say that the main plus to this, though, is the main character. He's fantastic. Like, you really can't help but feel sorry for the kid. I mean, he straight up got fucked. Like, he didn't do it, but he got sent to this hell place where he's basically fucked. And if it wasn't for these magic blood powers that end up showing up, he'd be okay. What's
I like
actually
the
even...
Spanish subtitles, I just noticed that.
They're beautiful, aren't they? Don't you all speak Spanish? I couldn't find shit real quick, but... This is essentially the race, and there's top-notch asshole who provokes everything. He actually does not use his powers in any way in this, but the chick kind of saves him. But honestly, if I had to go with cons, is that chick. I hate her so far. She's dumb, childish, doesn't know anything, but she has such a mysterious backstory that it's kind of like, I want to know, but at the same time, why are you so dumb, and why do you wear oven mitts? I don't know. She's
she
rubbing me
has-
the wrong way.
Fucking cat paws. All in it.
I'm getting it. She's got to have claws or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, as far as episode 3 goes, you run into the red guy, and then you find out that he's in Sector G. The sectors don't go up to G, so where the fuck is it? And then security's on his ass because he used his powers and on accident, and now they're after him. So he ends up getting to G, fighting this robot, getting saved by some other random guy who has blood powers, and then it's gonna pick up from there. So my kind of like negatives in this sense are that I think it's gonna go in a different direction than I want it to. Like, I'd rather there be more focus on this like crazy prison atmosphere where everyone's kind of fighting for survival. I think like an actual realistic prison sense would be good. But it's going to get very, very anime, I can tell, in the sense that there's going to be all these mystery people with crazy blood powers, and it's going to be a whole thing where blood powers and demons, I don't know. I think it's just going to go way more far-fetched than it already is. Which, to be honest, it's really not that bad. But, like I said, I don't know where it's going to go. But from the first 3 episodes, absolutely fantastic. I have to watch more. So, giving it an 8.3. Gave it the 8.3.
Did he just see her vagina?
No. Instead of winning the 100,000 credits, he saves the chick. Which, who even knows? Is she immortal? Does she even exist? Is she real? Can't really say. Can't really say. But yeah, that's a solid 8.3 from me.
Noise.
Good choice, MicSpam.
Glad to hear it.
Beautiful. Beautiful,
What are you
beautiful.
giving me?
Wait, what now?
What are you giving me?
Oh, we want to
Yeah.
jump right into that? All right.
Isn't that what we always do?
We've been changing it up every week, so I didn't know. But I'm going to give you the trailer. And I saw this on
I've heard of
Hulu
this.
as a recommended anime, and the story sounded interesting.
I've heard of this.
But have you watched it?
I have not.
Well, let's take a look. How not to summon a demon lord. Oh wow, that went really fast. Hang on, let me look at this. Redo, mulligan. He's a game player. Oh my god, that is so fast. Summon to the demon world. He meets 2 girls who are summoners. Terrible talking skills. Okay.
This trailer really isn't selling me.
Nope. It's really fast and really weird.
Okay, boo.
Jesus Christ, titties!
Cat girl. And
He's Diablo.
okay.
That was an interesting trailer. But yeah, let me know how that is, MicSpam. It had like the fantasy game kind of style to its synopsis.
Those were some boobs, alright.
The one chick had the boobs, the other chick didn't. Oh man. But yeah, that's what you get. How...
Next.
I think it's gonna be good. I think you're gonna be surprised that it's gonna be good. Hey Ben, how you doing, bud? What's shaking?
I need to check if this is gonna affect my choice for you while you bring up my clip. Do I have any say?
Ba-da-bum-bum-bum. But yeah, if you haven't seen Dead Man Wonderland, I would recommend checking it out. At least watch like the first 2 episodes, and then you'll know if you want to keep going. And then I'll let you know, as I'm probably going to finish it this week.
I'm gonna finish tonight. Da-dun-ch.
Ha 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 ha! Isn't that every night? Oh! Ba-doom.
Bring up my clip, bitch.
I was waiting. I don't know. You ain't saying shit. All right, here's the clip. This is what we got here. Death Frenzy.
Yes. Shigarui. Or whatever. I don't know. The show's nuts. I'm having a really hard time following it, to be honest. Because the first episode is the setup to the last, what I presume is the last scene in the series. It's like they show part of the final fight is the first episode, and then they go back into the past.
This is very intriguing.
So like everyone looks differently than they did in the initial fight because I don't know.
They got older, maybe?
It wasn't that long ago. It might have been like 7 years. This flashback is,
Oh, okay.
but it kind of makes it hard to follow because they introduce some characters, and then you don't really know who these people are, and they make a lot of references to like who was the current ruler of the era. And, like they expect you to kind of go off of that. The animation is a 10 out of 10. I mean, it's fucking great.
Mm.
The sword fights are epic, and there's like super realistic. It's like like a real sword fight. It would be pretty much just one strike,
Mm.
and it's all about like opening up for that. They have like epic X-ray shots during the fights and shit.
Oh, do they? That's sick.
And so far, we've only seen people really fight with like wooden swords, but I don't really know. It's moving at a weird pace right now, and I'm kind of confused about what's going on. But I know I'm into it because it's really cool. The swordplay is awesome, and the animation is top tier.
Nice. That's awesome. Looks sick.
This guy's a badass.
Well, it was interesting though. When I was reading the synopsis, though, they had some kind of tournament every year, and then they've always used wooden swords, but this year they're using metal swords.
Yeah, they kind of set that up in the first episode. Well, the very first scene of the first episode is a man like pulling his own guts out of his stomach,
Oh, Jesus.
and like drawn extremely well. And you actually, there's like an X-ray view of it. You go inside of him. Yeah. It starts with a shock value, that's for sure. Like the leader of this dojo turns out is like a demented, like incontinent old man who can't even like walk on his own, and like, but as part of the ceremony to join his dojo, he like slices a soybean into 4 parts that's stuck to your forehead with a sword.
That's dope. Oh, the big man just bodied him.
Yeah.
That was sick. Oh, did he actually dodge it?
Yeah, he can jump real high for some reason.
He's a monkey. This looks intriguing.
The art style is great. It's really, really great.
Nice. So what would you say is the score?
Score? Well, for now, since I'm still kind of having trouble following the story, it's 7.7.
Oh, I actually did good for once. Yes. That is awesome. It looks insanely awesome.
Just from like cool factor alone, I'm sure if I knew what was going on, it'd be even better.
Well, that's good. I'm honestly liking all the appeals of it, and like I said, I kind of wanted to watch this. So, would you definitely recommend it to others?
Yeah, for sure. And I was actually going to give this to you, but you ended up giving it to me.
Haha, fair's fair. Well, I knew you liked swordplay, and I actually saw that one on Hulu a while back that I gave you, and I was just interested in it. Like, very interested in it. So I figured I might like it, but I don't know how you're going to think about it. Your mother's rear end. What? Good statement, Peanut Butter. Good statement.
Okay, Fats.
That looks dope. And God, what are you giving me?
Okay.
Oh.
You get this.
Oh. I did give this an attempt at one point, but I didn't make it through a full episode because something came up while I was watching it. So I didn't.
Now you are watching.
All right, Assassination Classroom.
Yes.
Ooh. This one was very odd. So I'm curious to see where it goes since I have to watch 3 episodes.
I mean, I know the basic premise of the show, but like,
All I really know is
I don't know how they can like stretch it over a season. I don't know.
That's what's kind of interesting to me. It seems so. How does it keep going? Because they're all in class, and their goal is to kill the teacher, right?
Yeah.
And he's this weird wiggly arm dude.
Yeah, he's that thing.
They all stand up and point guns at him. Well, the epic guitar that starts playing too. No tardies, excellent. I am looking forward to that, to be honest. It looked so good, and I remember when I watched it, like a little tiny bit of it, like I said, I didn't even finish the first episode. I was like, this is interesting. So, I don't know. Maybe more episodes will turn it around for me.
Maybe.
It looked really good, though. So, that's awesome. Assassination Classroom. Good E. Looking forward to that. Alright. We got some stuff going on. I'm still really excited to finish freaking Dead Man Wonderland. That's gonna be so good.
I mean, I always thought it looked good. I just never got around to watching it. So that's why the show exists.
Nah, I'm the teaser for it. Now, just to quick, real briefly, jump back in time to last week's Given Show, because I finished the first season of Terraformars, and this is just a loop of all the main deaths in the first one. This is a very gory show, and I would have to say the first season was amazing, like I had previously stated, and it even finished really well. Like, I really liked what they did with it, and it really made me want to watch more. The gore, the action, everything in it was great. Like, that guy's head just exploded, and they showed it. You know, just to pop some examples into why I hate the second season. I watched the first episode, I finished it, and I'm like, I can't do it. Not gonna happen. They, like, completely changed how it felt in the story. Like, look at this X-ray freaking Sub-Zero pulled the guy's head out and his spine came out with it. Like, awesome. That is an awesome scene, and he just keeps going at people. He just gets nuts. The second season, they seem to have like, all right, let's hand this off to somebody else to do. I don't really know exactly what they did.
Does he start taking people's heads off with that dude's spine?
Yes. Yes, he does. He is amazing.
Wow.
And I'd have to say, this whole first season, like, this is all season 1. This is the combat. This is how gruesome and awesome it is. Yeah, I say awesome. Then in the second one, I couldn't find a specific example, and I only watched the first episode, and I'm not going to go any further, because the story was kind of the part that was weird about this, but the action and gruesomeness and realism of it really made it. That's fine. You can have a weird, fucked up story as long as these cockroaches are taking people's heads off and shit. It's awesome.
Right?
But then in the fucking first episode of the second season, they just toned back all of the violence. Like, to be specific, this one guy had, like, you know, he was a super awesome pitcher on the planet, so he would throw these ridiculous balls, and he, like, collided 5 of these roaches at once with one ball, and it was all gory, and you saw it spray everyone. It was sick. Well, first episode of the second season, same guy throws the ball, and it just knocks him out of the air. Like, it doesn't go through him. It doesn't, like, shred him to pieces. It just hits him, and he just goes, boop. And I was just like, what the fuck was that? That was nothing. Like, this chick's got a hole in her chest, and it's amazing. And then the second one was just, like, toned down, and then their whole thing was how they could, like, stab medicine into themselves, and that's the way the surgery worked. So the medicine made you control your powers and shit. Oh, I felt so bad for this guy, too. But then in the second one, the main character's just like, oh, I don't need medicine. I don't need medicine. I'm a Super Saiyan. And he just fucking powers up like Goku, and then he kicks the shit out of some of the roaches, but then he gets his shit kicked out of it. Oh, it was so bad.
This scene is brutal.
Yeah, this scene's... Yeah, I felt really bad. This guy was awesome. He was the Germany, like, leader going into space, and his name was Adolf. Loved it.
Okay.
But yeah, he had a very he basically had a fucked up face, and he was getting electrocuted by eels growing up, so he could become eel person or
So
whatever.
maybe Blanca.
Yeah, essentially. But yeah, they kept giving you glimpses of hope, and and his wife whatever cheated on him like multiple times, but he didn't.
Okay.
He felt so bad. He lost everything. He's like, fuck it, I'm going to Mars. I don't
Going to
care.
Mars.
And he's just so...
Wife cheated on me.
Yeah.
Fuck joining a gym. I'm going to Mars.
Exactly. That's kind of the premise. Y'all doing some drugs? I mean, I got a beer.
I am set.
I mean, like a rebound girl, that's amateur hour. A
Mhm.
rebound Martian, now you're thinking.
Yeah, like a cockroach, you know?
Maybe I'm just not that. Maybe I'm just not that. What's the word? Ambitious.
Hell no, I'd take the stuff. I mean, it wasn't like his choice. He was already going to Mars. But either way, he makes an amazing last stand effort. And when it's like, oh my god, he's actually going to live. Nope. Like they're like got
a
him
big nope.
No, it was a huge nope. Like he's
like a fuck no.
He's like about to die for the second time now, and they've all are just like perched. They have like hundreds of roaches perched on this like crater that he's in, and they've got the machine guns that they stole from the previous excavations or whatever to Mars, and they just lay down the fire. And then, you know, at the last second, he's like, not today. And he goes through this little flashback scene, and he puts like an electric barrier because he was fused with an eel or whatever. That's his spirit insect thing. And he makes a barrier, and he stops all the bullets. It's like, oh, yeah. And she's like, you did it. I'm so happy. And then all of them
just start chucking
all
rocks.
of them just start slinging these fucking rocks. And it's like, oh, no. Oh, no. And he jumps in front of her to protect her, and he just gets absolutely shredded right in front of her. Like,
Yeah, those weren't just like rocks.
no, they were straight up rocks. These are just superhuman
Those were like-
roaches.
Those are like boulders.
Eels, insects, I mean, whatever. Yeah, they did the virus that they could use, not just insects. Whatever. But yeah, boulders, rocks, he gets absolutely annihilated, and it's great. Because they did it right. I kind of like the whole, alright, let's build up this character. Alright, let's put him in a climactic scenario. Alright, flash a little back and forth between his past. Oh, the chick cheated on him. Oh, she's a total bitch. Oh, blah, blah, blah. He hates everything, and he's basically an empty vessel or core or whatever.
You mean like kill a character that might actually be important to the viewer?
Exactly.
Wow. How revolutionary.
I love that. I'm a sucker for that shit. Let me hear a little bit. Oh, that's awesome. And now his head's gone and he's holding it up. Oh, but that, yeah. I would highly recommend not watching Terraformers because it will make you want to watch the second season because it was so good, and then it becomes absolute shit. That is my thing. Like, Terraformers have a cockroach.
Cockroach abilities elevated to human size.
That combined with they stole some of the insect powers from the first and second expedition, so some of them are like cockroach insect hybrids like the people. But again, it went from awesome gore fest into like superheroes, and I thought that was terrible. Don't watch it. Like, first season gets like an 8, a solid 8. Second season gets a solid 1. Because, cool, you made a show. It's impressive. I couldn't make a show. But yeah, that's that. MicSpam, Joe, would you like to lead us into our next discussion?
And now, on to our next discussion.
Thank you, Joe. What a fantastic person.
I don't
Anytime.
know. I have like like little mini kind of like One Punch Man season 2. They announced it's coming out
Yes.
April.
April.
In April.
When Game of Thrones
Officially?
comes out, too, I think.
You are talking to the wrong people, Joe.
Alright.
There was
Never
also
seen
an
it.
anime
Well,
movie
that's
that
why.
made like top 10 in Shonen Jump or whatever, with some sort of Japan list. And it's called "I Want to Eat Your Pancreas."
Oh my god.
Interesting.
Oh my god.
I don't
and
know
it showed up.
anything about it, but I saw the name and I just wanted to bring it up.
Alright, well, I instantly brought up a trailer
Fair enough.
because I'm curious about that. What?
Yeah, I don't know. It made some like top 10 list, like some big
Oh,
list.
Apparently, it was a
Like,
super
uh,
そして
novel.
人も僕に興味がない言わないよ言うような相手もいないし
But in Shonen Jumps, this is like Shonen? What makes a Shonen Shonen?
It's published in
Young
Shonen Jump.
boys. As weird as that sounds.
Young boys? Is that really?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, that's
yeah.
one of the criteria. It's like young men on a journey.
Hmm.
A like young boy on a way too mature journey.
君はさ
Yeah.
本当に死ぬの
It has to be a boy. It can't be a girl.
劇場アニメ
Young boy.
君の水蔵を食べたい
Luffy,
Yeah, I
Gon, Meliodas. Even though he's old, he looks like a young boy.
Fair enough.
Goku,
Naruto.
Naruto.
Fair is fair. Okay, I have to watch a second trailer
now
because I
Boruto.
didn't get like anything out of that other than this is like a lovey-dovey story. Is she gonna eat his pancreas somehow? Come on,
みんな僕のことを
just rip out his insides or something. What is happening here? He's the most boring person in class.
What the fuck is that?
Motorcycle.
Ah.
話しかけられたり詮索されたりするのは嫌なんだ
Oh my god.
僕が君にできることはあまりないと思うよ
I think this is just like a love story.
What?
257. Oh, that's so much damage.
What is the title?
This is definitely a love story.
君に出会うために
But what is the title?
I want to eat your pancreas.
I know. But
I don't-
What's
What does that?
what
Is
does
that like a
mean?
culture thing where like you only really love someone if you'd eat their pancreas?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
Cannibalism for love.
You want a finger? Here, I'll cut it off right now for you. What the fuck? Okay.
Subnautica announces a new story.
What?
Below Zero.
Ooh. That showed up in a list. That's interesting. Standalone expansion.
Ooh.
I'm excited about that.
I might buy that.
Yeah, I totally might. Da-da-da-da. It's the concept of Below Zero is still developing. We are keeping the core gameplay mechanics, base building, and open-end exploration. We're exploring new ones such as thermal management and more voice dialogue at the core of the plot. We're still in early agent as nothing is set in ice. These features may change prior to and during early access. It'll also support VR.
Oh, I have VR.
I was gonna say, the original fucking Subnautica had VR.
Yeah, I don't have that good of a VR.
Huh. Well, it's very vague, but that sounds dope. I really like that game, so...
How crazy would that game be in VR?
That would be terrifying, to be honest. To be completely honest, I would be scared shitless.
Yeah, you're right.
That would be pretty redonkulous. That was a really good game, though. Like, I would highly recommend that to anyone. But, like, the replayability,
Not so much.
I mean, I tried hardcore mode, and I drowned, so I gave up the end. It was pretty bad. I mean, it's just kind of a grind fest, and if you actually know what you're doing, you can skip like half of the content in the game. So, if you are gonna play it, I would recommend not using any sort of guide and just trying
Not using
to play.
any sort of guide, man. There's some obscure shit you have to find.
Not entirely, no. It was just no, I pretty much found the way to go once I got to a certain point. It's only really obscure towards the start. Like the start of the game gets obscure, but once you get the prawn suit, I would say you're pretty much golden to go anywhere in the map, except for
Yeah, but I'm sure there's like a lot of secrets and shit that you can look up.
I would assume so, yeah. What's crazy is the things that I looked up, the super Reaper infested areas, nothing out there. Just death.
Did you ever go into the void or whatever the fuck it's called?
The void.
Dead zone?
Like the edge, the crater zone or at the edge?
Yeah.
I did. I did take my prawn suit and I just let it fall as far as it would go. And then it got too far and it exploded. And I
And you got
died.
eaten by
The
Reaper.
end.
And then you got eaten by ghost leviathans.
I could only assume they nibbled on my remains, but I'm pretty sure I died in the explosion. I looked into it. You can actually get there like is a bottom. There's like a mini bottom shelf that you can get to.
Yeah, but it's just like unfinished, like ground texture, kind of.
Right, and then if you go further out and drop, you just drop into black until you die.
Yep.
I have to say, that game had a genius concept, genius everything. Joe, get on Subnautica bandwagon. You should get it.
Never. I'll probably be. I mean, chances are I'll get the new. If it's gonna be a standalone, then fuck yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think I would get it.
To play it unspoiled, yeah.
Unspoiled is definitely the way to go. That's how I did it. The only shit I looked up was the end because I was kind of rushing to finish it because I had other shit I wanted to play. And the end was just grinding, going to find resources to build the serum or whatever. And I was just like, where the fuck are these? And it turns out they actually updated what you needed to craft it like 3 times.
Really.
Just like the initial time, you could actually find everything in the tank.
Yeah, I remember that.
They
being
changed
a thing.
that. And then they changed that again. Which, to be fair, I feel like it should have been changed. I mean, it kind of makes it something to do at the end. But as a, I don't know, hard to say. Either way, fantastic game. I would recommend that to anyone. What else you got, MicSpam? You seem to have a list going.
I'm out.
Damn. All right. Well, let's bring fucking Joe into the conversation, considering he's playing it right now. Fucking Monster Hunter.
Fucking Monster Hunter is right.
Mm-hmm. So, Joe, we haven't heard too much from you. What is your reviews, opinions? Give me some scoop. What do you like about Monster Hunter? What do you hate? Go.
I don't really hate anything about this game. As somebody who's been playing this franchise since the PlayStation 2, they've made every improvement I've ever complained about.
Okay. That's fair. Just to bring anyone up to speed on Monster Hunter, the whole goal of the game is to hunt monsters. Who would have thought? But it's literally just pretty much boss battles the entire way. There's no, like, the small AI don't really matter, or like the non-beasts.
I mean, there's gathering stuff and little side quests and things, for what it's worth.
Your typical RPG, right?
Yeah, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. I think my favorite part about this game that I'm probably going to keep delving into a little more than I have is how many different weapons there are. Like,
There's a fuckload.
like you're a straight greatsword user, right?
Yup.
He only uses a greatsword. I picked up the charged sword thing. I don't remember what it's called. I think it's charged
Charge
axe.
blade.
This is charged blade, yeah. It's essentially a sword and shield that will combine together into a giant axe and unleash its elemental damage. And the concepts behind some of the weapons are really weird, because Steve picked
The
freaking
weirdest one.
like a really odd one. It's an insect glaive. You get little insects, which you can actually like craft, I think, and upgrade your insects somehow.
Yeah, I
And
think so.
he has to like hit certain parts of the target with the insect to get 3 distinct buffs, and then he does more damage with his like Darth Maul kind of rod pole thing. That's a very unique, weird fighting style. Like, I'm very curious as to more. Like, there's a bow that I've been using, but it is very, how should I say it? It's very unique in that you do have to be close range. It's not like I'm just going to sit 8 years back and shoot at the monster. Like, it won't do dick for damage. And in fact, if you're far enough away, it won't do any damage. So, I think weapon customization, it's not really customize your weapon, it's kind of just upgrade it. Do you want a water one? Do you want a lightning one? Just go down the different paths. But I just love that there's just so many different ways to fight in this game.
A water weapon.
Water is an element.
For all of those fire enemies.
There are.
There's quite a few.
Yeah. To say what's disappointing is the fire weapon is like not good against half the shit. Just
It's good
you
against Kieran.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
The legendary one we ran into.
The douche.
Mm-hmm. But the game is very similar, and I did kind of predict this. I never really spoke it, but I totally predicted that it would be a really short campaign with a very, very, very long end game. It's kind of just a grind fest. I would link it. I mean, completely different games, obviously, in how they play, but it's very much like Path of Exile. You play to beat the game, and then you play to grind and get all the cool shit. It's like you get these charms or amulets you can equip. You can't even upgrade them until you beat the game. So it's like,
Whoa.
it's kind of intense. Like, you could probably, if you only did story missions and really only made like 2 or 3 different weapons, you could probably beat the game in a day. Maybe, well, because the encounters, the encounters take so long, you know, sometimes it'll take like 20 to 30 minutes just to kill one thing.
Yeah,
So I think
especially early on.
yeah, true. When you're getting used to it, I would think I would mostly disagree, but I can see the slight connection you were trying to make with Dark Souls earlier, Joe, where it's kind of got that dodge roll, dodge everything kind of strategy,
Yeah,
but it's so different in that shit doesn't die easily at all. Like I said, these are really long boss fights, but it's a sick ass game. I mean, I'm sure me and Joe are gonna go the distance, and best part, 4-player co-op. And to be honest, all the bitching about PC connections really haven't had any issues.
no, it's been great.
The only people who complain about that shit is people with shitty internet.
That's my assumption. I mean, I connect to Joe instantly every time. Posted the quest. Okay, give me a sec. Boom, he's in. All right.
If I'm
let's go.
playing ranked on Fighter Z, everyone has a shitty connection. I play with Fats, it's perfect. No lag at all.
And that we're pretty opposite ends of the country too.
Yep, we just have good internet.
Yeah, people suck. Why didn't I connect? What's your internet?
Why did you
Roadrunner?
go away?
But yeah, MicSpam. I think you should totally pick this game up.
I don't know about that.
What's not selling it for you?
The fact that you thought you could finish a campaign in a day and then it's just grind fest.
Fair is fair. You never RPG kind of want the super loot kind of guy.
No, I just want there to be new and exciting and bigger shit to kill.
To be fair, we haven't really made it too far into the after campaign content, and we already did fight something new. So the in-game book did lie to me because it said there was only one monster I hadn't discovered, and I've got a
You
feeling
still
there's
haven't
a
seen the
bunch.
guy that I ran into the other day. He is so cool.
Really?
He drops exploding scales that he sheds when he flies over you.
Oh, that's probably what you use to make the advanced barrel bombs and shit.
We should make a barrel bomb.
You know what, Mike Spam? You're not even cool enough. I wouldn't even invite you into my party.
I hope he gets this game so we can not play with him.
Invite to party. Declined. Yeah, this is fantastic. I'm loving the combat. The combat is really what's selling it for me. And I haven't even really touched other weapons. I'm really liking my awesome game. Ooh, what is that? The Dalmadur. Dalmadur isn't in Monster Hunter World? What is that? Joe, do you know what that is?
Jalmadur, is that a monster?
I'm guessing. I'm sure it's like a legendary raid monster. Which I could have swore I seen, which Joe tried to find and he didn't see.
I
Like-
hope it's a thing.
I could have swore there were 16-man raids in this game. And that would be dope. More...
So D&D is pretty fun, huh?
I would completely agree with that. I've been loving it. It's the biggest monster ever. Okay. That sounds massive. Is it bigger than... shit, what's his name? Zora Magdaros? That thing's huge.
Is it bigger than Lao Shan Lung?
Is it bigger than my dong?
Probably. Depends on what your monitor size is. Like my monitor, yeah, it's probably big. Oh man, I would have to say though, just to side go with what you were doing, because I know I clearly don't think I can get MicSpam on the Monster Hunter bandwagon, but that's fair. That's fair. But I would have to say, D&D has been a lot of fun, and I do like that we have a new character.
Oh my god, she doesn't fit in at all.
Oh, she's totally gonna fit in. I could see it. She said she really enjoyed it, so I think
She's gonna make us better as a party. Against, like... She's gonna drag us kicking and screaming into being better people.
Pretty much. Fun fact though, Sketch is lawful good, so he's basically all about good and he obeys the law. She's neutral
Well,
good.
he's a paladin. He's a holy knight, aka he works for the government and works for the church.
Nerd.
That's true.
Government nerd.
Yeah. Well, that's what I like about her character. She's neutral good, which means she sides on all things good, but like if the government said slaves were legal, she wouldn't be for that. Whereas Sketch might just say, well, the law says I need to keep one, so I'll take one. He considers that good.
Well, no, he's lawful, but he's also good. Well, I don't know. Alignments are bullshit.
That's true. It seems open-ended. I had an afterthought of that campaign though. Was like, we totally had 3 dragon eggs. Sketch still holding the other one. Chick like basically jizzes her pants saying, "Oh my god, I'm so jealous of your dragon." It's like, hey Sketch, give her the fucking egg. I don't want a
No,
dragon.
we need it.
We need it. I mean, she could be on her team. I don't know.
We don't. I looked into dragons more. Did you happen to click any of those links I sent?
I haven't yet. I was going to. I was just gonna not take a dragon because I don't. Winston wouldn't be happy with that.
Let me see if I can. A newly hatched dragon has a full array of abilities,
Okay.
which we underestimated. It's not the size of a corgi, more the size of a wolf or a full-grown person.
Oh, nice. And what's this we? I feel like it was you. You're the one who wanted it.
It was Spin.
Okay.
He underestimated my dragon.
Like, is he like God Dragon?
Huh?
Like, is it like
No,
gonna
just-
hurt us? Am I gonna have to take down your dragon?
I'll take you down.
I got Roland on my side. He hates that thing.
He secretly loves it.
I don't know. Then he wouldn't get any buffs against dragons. So what's the scoop though? What else does dragons newborns? What are the abilities?
They can fly.
Okay.
Mine can breathe acid.
Already?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Damn.
Could probably like take down cattle in a couple days.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow.
But then like they don't move on to the next stage of their life for like 7 years.
Oh, Jesus, really?
Yeah.
Oh, so you're just gonna have a baby dragon for forever.
Yeah, an adult they're not considered adults until they're like really old.
Alright. Joe, let me pitch this to you. You're
So-
wandering around. The dragon cult is trying to resurrect dragons and kill everyone. So we obtained 3 dragon eggs. Would you take one of the eggs and then hatch it into a dragon to train as your own?
Is that my only option? Or
You
are there
could
other options?
Eat it, sell it, do something else with it? I mean, it turns out you can't eat it, but
Oh.
you could
If I could eat it to gain its power, that
Well, you
that
could
would be my
eat it, but it
choice.
would be awful because it was like a week from hatching, so it would be like mostly fetus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would raise that as my own.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Probably even breastfeed it.
I feed it chunks of goat.
I mean, I guess that's good too.
I feel like it likes goat.
I got a black dragon. It breathes acid.
I see.
He's awesome.
I see the benefits, and then I see the just. I don't know.
I'd
When I thought of
breathing dragon.
Well, black dragons are pretty evil.
Okay.
They are
You're
pretty
saying
evil.
it like it's a pro.
I mean,
Maybe it is. I don't know.
that
Just
could
like
be.
tigers.
That could.
Tigers.
I'm just saying that could become a factor later on. But for now, it's a non-issue.
I got a feeling that we're gonna have to take out your dragon. As optional side boss, you raised a dragon, and now it hates everything.
I'll fight you with it.
I'll help you, dragon, as it acids you in the back.
It would never.
It
I
would
raised it like my own son.
You pat your own son behind the ears, give him scratches. Good boy,
Although-
good boy.
Although I did read that they like get kicked out of the nest after like 4 days.
Oh God, you're gonna have to set it free now.
No. What?
Oh my God, that's funny. That is funny. Honestly though, I am seriously liking the D&D adventure, and I like the new party member. I think she adds a fun dynamic. She's gonna be good. I still thought it was funny, so she's like, let me test out one of my spells, and instantly turns the guy to ash. And then she feels bad. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. It's like, you're awesomely powerful. Stop bitching about it, or stop complaining. It's fantastic. I love the character. I almost see her as like an anime character. Oh, that's
My
good.
other campaign is absurd.
I was gonna say, didn't you win like a wrestling competition or something?
Yeah, the Magical Wrestling Federation. Brother.
Brother. The Hulkinator.
It was dope. We get our we get magical items out of this giant pin like gum machine.
Mm,
I got a bowling ball.
nice. Like, what does it do? You throw
It has
at
like
it?
if you hit something with it, I found this out against like the cries of the rest of my party. I threw it at some shit. It has like a giant blast radius behind whatever it hits.
Ah! Sweet Jesus.
So what I did is I found a blacksmith to cut out a big hole in the center of my mall. Just fucking fit that bowling ball in there.
That's dope.
Yes.
Oh my God, you're like one of the shinobi swordsmen of the mist with that exploding sword.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty
My
dope.
favorite was the sword that had a hammer that went with it.
Oh yeah, the hammer sword thing.
Mine is a
That
hammer.
was awesome.
Mm,
Where did
That sounds
fucking
dope.
red-
I look forward to that. I need to talk to Winston more. He needs to give me insight. And I do like your whole business card idea. I think I should get pamphlets for the religion of Winston. I'm gonna spread it. Start a religion.
I think I'm the famous one of the party. Thank you.
I mean, slightly. We've been to 2 places.
No one even knows who Winston is. Everyone knows my name by now.
Word doesn't travel that fast. They don't have the internet.
Yeah, but next time I come through town, everyone's gonna be talking about me.
Fair enough. I'm curious. All right, roll 2d20. If they're high enough, everyone remembers your name.
Right now?
That would be sick. No, I'm just saying, like, if Spin did that, that would be pretty sick.
I rolled a 30 performance, man.
That was pretty gnarly. At least those, like, Well, I guess that was the genius place to do it because we were on a boat and those guys sail all the time, so they'll just spread your word through the seas and then.
Yeah.
I heard of this mystical bard who played the most epic song ever. Everyone in the audience ejaculated at the same time. It was amazing.
I have his business card.
He pulls it out, it's all slippery and wet.
It
Oh,
looks like shit.
god damn it.
I didn't have enough, so I had to like hurriedly scribble most of them.
Hang on. And here's one for you. Hang on. Here's one for you. What a famous bard. I'm excited for that to keep going on.
I honestly, going into D&D, I thought that I don't know, like creating the character and playing as the character would be really difficult. But like you really start to build kind of your own lore for your characters pretty quickly.
See, I really like that aspect of it. I guess if we're talking like pre-start, like beforehand, my impressions of the game, I really had no idea what the game really was. I just knew it was like storytelling. And I'm like, oh, just give me a few beers. I think I can make it fun. And then once it was like, all right, create your character. And then I look into the 8 million fucking things you can do. It's like, Jesus Christ. Like, it is literally like a super RPG game.
Oh yeah. They kind of let you do whatever you want, generally.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was talking more about, there's a huge difference in gameplay when you're in and out of combat. Like, the out of combat scenes is kind of what I saw D&D to be, because my real only experience of that really was Harmon Quest. I never knew anyone who really played or looked into it at all. So I was like, oh, that seems fun. They're doing silly and weird shit. And then...
Yeah, I watched Harmon Quest too. That kind of got me into it a lot.
Yes. And if you
I
haven't
started
watched...
looking into
Joe,
it
you
more
watched
too.
Harmon Quest, right?
Yeah, first season at least.
Did they...
I've been watching that
What, a
Critical
second season?
Role show.
Yeah, it's just really hard to find because they're like really good about not having piracy.
They tried to create their own TV station, CISO TV.
Yeah, I actually subscribed to that for a while, and yeah, they shut down.
That's sad.
They didn't put up to be fair, like they were not putting up enough content. I watched everything that there was to watch in like with a few months of having my subscription, and I kept waiting for them to come out with new shit, and they just didn't.
I thought they had like a lot of stand-ups on there.
They did, but like there was a lot of shit that I wasn't interested in, like watching the entire back catalog of fucking Saturday Night Live and shit like that.
Yeah, I was never a huge Saturday Night Live person. It was meh. If it was Saturday night, I wasn't watching that. I was watching Toonami.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
No, it's Adult Swim because Toonami hadn't moved yet.
Oh, that's
It
fair.
was the really good weekend Adult Swim.
That was when like Inuyasha came out.
Yeah, I was gonna say Inuyasha, Yu Yu Hakusho, Rurouni Kenshin. Fucking
Full Metal Alchemist. That was the first place I saw it. Family Guy and Futurama.
Full Metal Alchemist. That is, it's like with MicSpam and Joe. It's like if you guys recommend me something to watch, I feel like I
recommend
have
this.
to at this point because you've yet to actually disappoint me.
Unless I actively try to.
True, very true. But really, I watched both Full Metal Alchemists, and that was based on Joe's recommendation. And I basically binged through the first one. Then he's like, "You gotta watch Brotherhood. It's 20 times better." And I'm like, "Okay, fine." And I was like, "It is better. Holy shit!" It's the same
Yeah,
story
Brotherhood
but
was
better.
great.
Oh man, I love that whole thing, and I'm pretty sure they did a live action of that, didn't they?
Yeah, and it wasn't terrible.
It wasn't.
No, I would actually. I'd watch it again.
Huh. That might be a first.
What was the
happy?
fuck.
Was it? I like the story in Brotherhood better than the first one. When the two paths of the stories split, it was clear that Brotherhood had the better ending and explanations for shit. But I did enjoy the first one. Like, isn't the first one when they went into the future and there was all the blimps and shit? Like they went to like World War II.
Alternate universe, but yeah.
Yeah. I enjoyed that. That whole thing.
It was a cooler explanation for where the power for Alfred came from.
True.
Because in Brotherhood, it comes from tectonic plates. In the first one, it comes from the death of our universe and the constant war.
I did
I
like
thought
that
it was cooler.
explanation better. I'm trying. See, it's hard because they're like the same, but then they split, and it's like hard to think which was in which one and what was the ending of the first one because I watched the second one after. Oh,
And his dad was actually cool in the second one.
yeah. His dad sucked in the first one. I remember that. He was a piece of shit. Wasn't he? Which one was the one where they were like in the love? They were in the love like thing where they were just constantly making each other immortal or something.
What?
I was trying to think. He was like in a lovers thing with that one chick.
Yeah, that was the first one. Dante.
Yeah, they just kept just giving themselves life over and over again with the Philosopher's Stones.
Yep.
Can he
It
also
was
give
dirty
himself multiple orgasms with it?
I would assume.
I would assume the greatest of all orgasms.
Maybe 1,000.
The deathgasm.
1,000-year-old orgasm. That's
you ever
tantric right
came-
there.
Now, you ever came while you died and then came back to life? That is, that's a whole
That's
new
called
experience.
the CPR gasm.
I don't know why this just jumped into my head. A nurse is giving someone like CPR, and as she hits his chest, his dick just keeps getting bigger. Did you just do that? Yes. Thank you.
That would be the greatest nut ever.
That really would be. I just saw God, and then I came.
The afterlife gasm.
Oh my god. Absolutely perfect. Well, I only had a slight bit of stuff left. We can talk Hunter. We've all seen that now.
Why are we talking about that
Probably
now?
my number one show.
It's pretty close to the top with me, too. I'd have to say. I thought they were going to show clips of the show. What the hell is this video? What a shitty video.
Anime monster.
I just love Hisoka. And he is going to be in Jump Force. Fuck it.
Oh, it's gonna be so good.
Mm-hmm.
Joe's gonna get Jump Force.
I'd consider it.
You should
Yes,
totally
God.
get Fighter Z.
Yeah,
No.
right. Fighter Z is fantastic, even though I'm terrible at it.
It's absolutely amazing. And you're not terrible. You're better than a lot of players. Your rank
I'm
just doesn't
awful.
fit it.
Terrible.
I feel like the one thing that I would have to notice in your gameplay is you get too aggressive at points. Passively waiting a little bit, you can get some pretty good reads on people. It's 2H.
Yes.
Like, what's one of the things that I've started to notice a lot more in my ranked fights is people who super dash a lot. It's like, alright. Eventually you start rating it, it's like, alright, you're gonna super dash now. I'm just gonna wait a sec. Because you're not gonna wait. He sees that I'm waiting, he instantly super dashes, so then it's like, gimme. Bungee gum. This game looks so sick.
I do have one issue with it.
What's that?
Doesn't seem like their faces move at all.
It is early development, but I mean, Vegeta definitely just spoke during that. But that was during a
Yeah, but
special, so it wasn't during combat.
Yeah, that's like a cutscene.
That's gonna be fun. Like it personally, to me, I think fighting wise, no way is this game ever going to be an Evo.
Yeah.
Like this is not an Evo game. This is
This is a fan service game.
yeah, it's just gonna be fun.
But it looks great. Is there any gameplay of it?
Yeah, I've never even seen this, but look at that. The abilities are just R2 square, R2 triangle, R2 H button. So that's a weird fighting style already. What?
Can you tell what it says?
Alright, like Naruto, he has the Rasengan, Tailed Beast Bomb, Rasen Shuriken, Six Paths Spar, and Tailed Beast Bomb. So they're all like specials, it seems.
Yeah, so those are just your specials. You hold like the special button and then you hit one of the attack buttons.
Hang on, I just saw it. Gone. Abilities!
What's he have?
Jajenkin Stance,
Okay.
Fortify, Temper, Resolute Fist. You see how none of those were scissors or paper, Joe?
I'm
Not
assuming
even one of them.
if the stance is a move, then all three of the things are gonna option.
I hate that it says stance right there. Fuck you. You found the loophole.
You're gonna go into the stance, and then you're gonna have three different options. Two, maybe four. I don't know.
Dude, I mean, this guy looks like he has a 4K monitor. It kind of does, at least. Looks really crisp.
Neither is Sabo. Yeah.
Ooh.
So that's the only one. But show off some of the Bleach characters because they haven't seen them.
Nobody wants Ryoka.
Dude, I'm going to fuck you up, Zoro. You don't even know what's about to happen.
I don't, because I haven't watched it. So you'll hit me with the move and call it out, and I'll be like, I don't know what you did, but that hurt. Fuck you.
So I really like to play. It's been sort of eye-opening how much there is to this game. It's
Loading screen. Special
This
actions
is-
become available when the awakening gauge is lit. Awaken with...
This-
Right
Is
there.
gameplay?
Yeah, this is straight up gameplay. R2 plus X is awakened ability. Oh, so you awaken and then you get... It replaces one of your special moves with a different one. I
Everyone
hate that
has
this is on
one?
PlayStation. It looks like it, yeah.
how to rush your opponent in
Everyone has an awakening gauge.
Everyone has a fucking transformation.
Oh my god, I would already destroy myself fucking playing this on console. That loading screen was hell. How many years did that have? Oh, it's 3v3 fights. That's good.
It is.
Ooh. I didn't see anything about their being assists.
There's gotta be.
Though I'm starting, now that you pointed it out.
Why would it be 3v3 if there weren't assists?
You'd think there would be.
There would be no point.
Indeed. This is just me mashing the square button. Now, if I
Okay,
press,
you've
let's
got
say,
square, square, square,
it's gonna go straight
triangle, triangle, triangle.
into a attack to the air, and now E. If it,
Yeah, actually, that was like a perfect dodge.
It plays like Naruto.
Yeah, this is Naruto. 100% it's Naruto Shippuden.
Sort of a smash attack situation, maybe?
I'm still not liking how, I don't know, glitchy it looks. But I'm thinking this is just
It's
because
early.
it's console.
what I'm doing
Well,
I'm
it's
thinking
also
it's
early.
console, the frames. I've been spoiled by 60 frames on pretty much every game I play. So it's you can see it.
Oh, that was a trade-off.
And you can do
And then there's clashes like Dragon Ball.
Then it works either way, right?
This was.
It's every time I see people play new games that are 3D fighters like this, it feels like the guy who's playing has no idea what the fuck he's doing.
Attacks are a bit stronger, but also
He's
slower.
trying to show off like
I mean,
the-
yeah, he's a reporter.
bit faster. you can also hold them
He's
down,
like
and
press.
there's
He's
no
not a
control
gamer.
Meter, is there?
Oh.
I see a stamina popping up in the bottom right or bottom left once in a while.
Do a
Then there's
sub.
health, then there's energy, special gauge around the portrait of the character.
I'm just
Mm,
blocking. I'm just blocking.
This looks
instead of-
so
The difficulty in these demos is
like
low.
the visuals are great, but once they start moving, then it looks weird to me.
The block doesn't work.
Oh, so
I mean, there's
I'm
no.
gonna chalk that up to it's still early development.
This
I'll
is-
agree with
Ahsoka
that.
looks
evade
janky as
and
fuck.
disappear while you're attacking.
Yeah, he looks weird.
Budokai Tenkaichi move.
And he's the
Like, you're
opponent.
attacking, and if the
Gon
opponent
is actually looking okay
unfortunately
as he's
you can
fighting
sort
with
of
him.
dodge and vanish, and you can go into a different position.
It is also used for mix-up, it seems, because if you just
See, that's the huge thing in fighting games. Like, if you don't know fighting games, you don't really know what a mix-up is, and it's just something where you pretty much you can react to somewhat, but you almost have to guess if they're gonna go like high or low. But games like these, it's just all block. So it's can you block or not? Is it safe? And
Like if I just press one time, it doesn't spend any bar.
But is the twice thing that you were talking about?
I don't know.
Yeah, it seems that if you're
I think it's gonna be super fun to play,
you press twice,
but yeah, no competitive atmosphere whatsoever for this game. That's my guess.
Nope.
yeah,
But I'm gonna whip your ass with Zoro.
I feel like
going all
just
One Piece
like in
through. I got
Naruto,
5 One Piece characters already.
That's crazy. You know, let's jump into that. Joe, did you ever test out One Piece? Did you ever watch any of that?
Nope.
Not at all?
Not even once. Didn't seem like my jam.
One thing I found
Mm.
interesting
And it's
is that
just
you can
there's
actually
too much of it
use
now
grab.
for me to
My
want.
favorite show.
See, that's the problem that I would have. Like, I kind of wish I would have watched it by some of the awesome ass fight videos that MicSpam has shown me.
Okay, yeah, that's a combo to a grab.
But I think the filler, which there really isn't much of,
That if your opponent
but I
is
feel like the
close,
non-combat
zero
parts I
points.
wouldn't enjoy that much.
His body's too big.
The pacing
Too
is
much of the goddamn screen. Like, is it,
like
is it time to block? Is it time to dodge?
it's
I don't know.
once they're in like a high tension situation. One episode can be like a minute or two of real time.
Ah, gotcha. Well, it's kind of like Goku when he turns Super Saiyan 3 for the first time that we see.
Yeah,
He literally charged up an entire episode. And
he did do that.
That was fucked up.
I think it took Cell about 2 or 3 episodes to actually transform.
Really? I never really watched that one. I started with
was-
View Saga.
It was the back end of one episode. At the most.
No way. It was a
Like-
solid episode when he became perfect.
No,
it
it
was
wa-
like
it
a
was like he
green
st-
orb, and
he
everybody
started-
reacted.
Charging right now.
Yeah, it was like he started, and then they cut the commercial, and then they came back, and it was the rest of the episode.
Like if there were a Dragon Ball.
Okay, that was weird. If you saw what I just saw, was there just
I did.
one health bar shared between all 3 characters?
Probably for the demo.
That was weird.
Yeah, you already have the fuck.
I was about to say, Ichigo subbed. He switched to Rukia, and she's dead already. So I think it's just one health bar for each character. For the whole team.
Everyone can key charge.
There's no way.
That would be terribly
If
dumb.
there were a Dragon Ball character.
That would be. Then what's the point of having 3 players? Like, I would just be good with one.
I am definitely gonna want to wait for reviews to come out of this game before I buy it.
We'll see where I'm at financially. I might just fucking get it. It's just gonna be fun. Plus, if we get people to play it, like if Joe plays and you play and I play, and then we maybe get like Sketch or someone else. Well, Sketch probably can't run it, but
And would play.
anyone else to play, like, oh man, we could just do little mini tournaments. Because like I said, like I feel like if Jen put all of her effort into Dragon Ball Fighter Z and not Naruto, I still think I would absolutely destroy her at the game. Whereas Naruto is just so fair in this and so simple in the fact that it's anyone's game if you know how to play.
It's fair in its unfairness.
Yeah, I would agree to that.
It's not balanced. Like there are clearly characters that are way superior to other characters.
Well, in a game that has like 90 plus characters with it, I feel like that's a given.
No. But they're like, there's a level. You could either be this child, or you could be this dude that transforms into a fucking god beast of the void.
Well, yeah, but when you're fighting against goddamn odd god, there's a bit of an offset there.
I'm just saying,
Little
in Fighter
kids
Z,
are real.
Krillin can take out Broly.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not going to be the case in Naruto, the equivalent.
Well, see, somewhat.
I
I
don't
get what
think
you're
Kid
saying with
Naruto
that, but Kid
woke.
Sakura is actually one of the best characters. Just to spite that argument. But at the same time, I get what you're saying. Like, if you were actually going to play it in a competitive sense, like, there is competitive Naruto, it's a very small roster compared to the number of characters you can actually pick from.
None of the tailed beast people. None of the.
I'm guessing it's just based on like who has the arguably best jutsu.
I was just about to say, you know who's actually top tier in Naruto?
Chio?
Broccoli.
Fucking Shino.
Shino?
Shino with his bugs. I
Broccoli.
Oh yeah.
hate
No, I agree with
Shino.
that.
I hate playing as him. I hate playing against him. But either way, he's literally bullshit OP. And then, like, there's certain characters, like, I don't think that, you know, I haven't really looked into the competitive Naruto scene that much because they do 3v3 battles and me and Jen just do 1v1s. But, like, Minato, if you awaken with him like the Raikage, his chakra dash becomes teleport behind the enemy.
Yeah.
Like, there's certain things that are just so insanely good in that game. Like, it's absurd. Like, half the game is substitution.
It's not meant
and
to
then
be a
it's
balanced game, though.
Yeah, and I think kind of to wrap things all together, that's kind of what we were comparing. Naruto is going to be very similar to Jump Force, or Jump Force is going to be very similar to Naruto in that, you know, I feel like some of the characters are going to be terrible, some of them are going to have OP shit, but the real sexy goods is the fan service on how perfect they're going to link it to the actual anime that they're from.
I have so many One Piece characters already.
I'm glad they threw in Hunter characters. That's dope. I haven't seen Killua, and I will be very, very disappointed if he's not in the game.
Oh, he would.
I wonder how many characters we're gonna end up with.
I just have. Well, if you look at what Roger was telling us the previous podcast was that they are going to have, like, the previous Jump Stars had a absolute shitload of characters. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Jonathan Joestar, and I think he's gonna be awesome.
Oh, he's pretty much confirmed. Like, yeah, he's gonna be in it.
Oh my god, that is so ridiculous. Joe, have you watched any of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
No, but I saw a very little bit of it when I was hanging out with JT. So it was on Adult Swim, I think.
Oh, nice.
I like it a lot, and I heard it only gets better from where I got. I just haven't gotten around to continuing it.
You guys are fans of The Witcher, right?
It was alright.
I liked it. I know Steve played it. I think I know where you're going with this. They took that Superman actor as the Witcher series main character.
Yup.
Witcher's coming to Netflix. I personally don't know much about the story or anything in that, but I do know that there's this weird ass monster that, like, I don't know, you're supposed to hunt it for a quest, and it eats, like, fetuses while they're inside people. That's its thing. It's fucked up.
You think that's the monster they're gonna put in the Netflix series?
I hope so. Eats the fetus right out of you.
I somehow doubt that that's the case.
You never know. I don't know. Will it be good though? What that kind of spurs on another topic.
Nah,
Are
it's
there-
gonna fall. It's gonna fall on the line coming out, so it's gonna be decent. I mean, it's probably gonna be pretty well reviewed.
That's what I'm hoping. I mean, what based off
It's
of
a-
a video game shows / movies are good. Other than Final Fantasy Advent Children, they've all flopped in my opinion. The Doom movie was okay, but I never played Doom, so I didn't give a fuck.
There aren't many.
I was gonna say, anyone got any examples? Joe, you know any?
What? No, any what?
Video games that were turned into movies or TV shows that actually were good.
Actually, we're good.
I was gonna say, I'm not looking for examples. My
They always
biggest one
pick
is
dumb series to do it with, though. That's the thing. They do it dumb.
They change too much shit, in my opinion.
Well, they're allowed to. It should be its own story. It's a movie.
Fair. But if they would just, remake one of the stories as a movie, I think that would make things more enjoyable.
Super Mario Bros. Is not a good movie.
That wasn't good. That was awful. I watched that. Part of it, and I turned it off. It was on USA or something. I really don't have any good examples, so I can't really say if it's gonna be good or bad. Most of the time, if I've played the game and then they came out with a movie for it, it sucked. Although I just thought of one. The Silent Hill movie I did like. I like that. Those fucked
Oh,
up.
Resident Evil. Those were good movies.
Those sucked.
They were pretty good.
I
They're
watched.
alright. Yeah,
I
they're pretty good.
I played all of those games. They did nothing with the games other than the fact that there were zombies in it.
I didn't play any of the games, and the movies are pretty good.
See, that's where the
Same.
difference in perspective comes to. I feel like if you play the game and then they make a movie out of it, they fuck up the movie so bad. Like, they didn't even go to the mansion. They didn't even have any of the Redfield characters in it. It was just awful. Like, where's Jill? Where's Chris? Like, that's
Fuck Jill.
dude, nobody gives a shit about Jill, but everyone likes Chris. Chris was awesome.
Chris sucks too.
Well, see,
He might be worse than Jill.
Oh my god, you don't even know what you're talking about. You're just sparking my rage, you cunt. Oh. God, I hate you.
Yes.
God damn it. Alright. Well, here's a... Because I assume you guys have no care to talk about Path of Exile. So
Oh,
if you
no.
could turn one of your favorite games, or any game, into a movie that you think would be good, what would it be?
Game into a movie?
Yes.
Super Amazing Wagon Adventure. Hands down.
Super amazing. Wait, what?
You never even seen me put that on at all? Super Amazing Wagon Adventure. It's basically Oregon Trail on crack cocaine.
Really?
It's awesome.
I want it.
It's really good.
It's really awesome. Joe's beaten all of it.
Yep. In the few games I've 100%.
Here's the game. I'm just putting up this random guy's stream. Congratulations, random guy. You just got another subscriber.
Well, if he's streaming wagons, he deserves it.
He's not streaming it, but he's got a YouTube video.
Oh.
Plumbers Don't Wear Ties would make a great movie. What is that? Look at this guy naming his characters normal. It's just a, side-scrolling shooter. And then random shit happens. And it's very random. And this guy's bad. Look at him getting hit by skunks. What a scrub. I would highly recommend this game to anyone, though. It's really good. It's a legit game, one of the best ever made. God damn it. Plumbers don't wear ties.
I don't know why The Last of Us isn't a movie by now.
That reminds me, Shadow of the
How is
Colossus
this a
would be
game?
phenomenal movie.
That would be hard to pull off and like not look corny
What
and
the
terrible.
fuck?
It would have to be really high
That's
budget.
really weird.
Oh yeah.
I think if they did it where everyone was like a 300 actor, I think God of War would make a good movie.
I don't think it would make a good movie, but like it would be like a bro movie.
It'd be an awesome movie.
I'd fucking watch
You're
that
talking
shit. A masterpiece. Oh god.
I think it would be better if they did it off of the new God of War.
That would be good.
It
I watched a gameplay video of that, and I thought that was a great game.
Same.
God damn it.
Really good.
Can someone please spoil to me what happens to the kid and shit? Why does he have a kid? What the fuck's going on there?
Well, when a man and woman love each other very much,
In this case, a god and a what was it?
giant,
Giant. That's what it is.
Wait, he fucked
Yeah.
a giant?
he fucked a giant.
It's more of a metaphorical giant. It's a normal-sized individual.
He fucked a giant.
It's
Yeah.
just like a different species that has some sort of powers, and I don't know.
Yep.
It made
Okay.
sense.
How
in
did
the
he,
right
how did they
context.
explain the fact that he died at the end of the third one? Again, did he just go to
Huh?
Hades and Hades isn't there so he never died?
Well, he
Yeah.
didn't really die at the end of the third one. They left it open with the bloody trail leading
Yeah,
off.
no.
So
He
then
lived.
what happened? He was literally stabbed through, all the way through with the Olympus sword.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So he
So?
walked away and took it out and his wounds healed?
Yeah,
That
and
would
then
have
a
been
few-
the second time that game he was stabbed with that sword.
Yes.
That is fair. But Hades...
And
He's
then
a
like
god, Skaz.
yeah, and then a few centuries go by, and he walks to a different part of the world, and Norse people.
Yep.
Huh.
Now he's
So
gonna
he's
kill
just-
their gods.
So he became a god by
Yeah.
opening Pandora's box, and then
Yeah.
Yeah,
he just never
well,
died
he was
because he's
born-
immortal at that point.
he was born a demigod.
That's true.
True.
He was born.
So
of
he's
Zeus.
like 3/4 of a god,
Yeah,
or some kind of
And-
fraction I can't even understand.
I don't know why
and
they
his
even make him
son's
look
at
older.
least like a third god or like a quarter, right?
Oh my god, this math
Yeah,
is
something
going
like
off
that.
the rails.
Plus, he's got the giant thing in the mix, so
Yeah, so he's half god, half giant.
But he looks like a normal little boy.
well, yeah, just the same way Kratos looks like a normal grumpy dude.
He refuses to call his son by his name.
Is great.
That's
It's
good.
the
He
part
might
about
do
the
it
whole
once.
game. It's the best part of the whole game. Boy.
Boy. Oh, I watched a
Boy.
YouTube video
That's-
where they remixed him saying boy. I've seen that part.
I do like when the kid starts taking shots at Kratos for being illiterate, because he's always calling him to read something,
Really?
read some sort of puzzle or read some sort of clue.
Ugh. I don't know.
It's a great game. Fats, have you been spoiled to it at all?
No. I've watched a little bit of it. The combat and shit looks awesome, and
You should stream it.
dude, I don't have a. Isn't that PlayStation only? It's
Yup.
not on
Is it?
PC. I ain't getting that shit.
PlayStation
So
only.
It's so beat. Why is it gonna be like that?
Like, I would have just played it if it was for the PC. That's why I watched the video.
Mm.
So beat.
I still think he should have died, and they should have just made a new Kratos somehow.
No, he just lived and then he waited.
That's so
like
weird. It's like he just.
He's
Ah,
immortal. It's not that weird.
I guess I never thought of him as immortal. I thought he's awesome.
He's a
It was
god. He's
God
a
of War 3 will
demigod.
still be my favorite game of all time. I loved that game. I played through it on the hardest difficulty, and on the second playthrough, I used the actual OP weapon of the game, which was Hercules' fists. Amazing
Yes.
Cestus weapon.
So good.
It was literally
Those are the best.
OP god weapon. Like, it would knock anything and everyone back. Like, oh, so good. But they wrapped it up well. You know, a lot of games, you know, just to draw on 3-game, like, series, fucking, they didn't do a Mass Effect where everyone was super pissed off at the ending or they fucked it up so bad. No, it was perfect. It was amazing.
No,
You murdered
I
the
agree.
fuck out of the guy. You could actually continue to hit X until your screen was completely red, and then you get an achievement, and then you stab yourself and end it all. Fuck you, bitch. The people get the power. He gave away his power to the people.
listen. While I agree with you, you say that not knowing exactly how good this game was.
I don't know. I mean, I saw gameplay, and I figured gameplay-wise it'd be just as good as the other ones.
No, but the game. The game is fantastic in its entirety.
I might have to end up watching
It fills in all of the story elements that every other God of War was lacking, and they do it so well. And the graphics look amazing. And there is a bit like there's a lack of enemy variety in a big way as compared to the other games.
And that's a good thing?
No,
No.
that is a con, but it's a great watch.
Might have to. My problem with watching walkthroughs or playthroughs of games like those, like, I want to watch the 100% playthroughs so I don't have to, and then it's always got the streamer or whatever in a webcam and he's talking, and it's like, I don't give a fuck what you have to play. I just want to watch the game played through. I don't want to have to buy a PS4 and play it. I just want to watch the game start to finish, someone who's good at it, without them talking. Every time. You can't get past with the person adding their own commentary to it. Pisses me off.
You don't have any commentators you like?
Not for walkthroughs, no. They have all pissed me off. It was usually for games specifically like Metroid Prime 3 Corruption on consoles that I would never own, like a Wii or a PlayStation 4. You know, I would never own one, so I'd never
Like,
play it.
did you watch a playthrough of The Last of Us?
No, I just watch clips.
Wow.
I don't even know.
That would make a great movie.
Would it? I'm trying to think. Other than God of War ones, I couldn't think of anything that would actually make a good movie. Those maybe Final Fantasy 12. Although Joe, you might.
I don't think they could possibly make a Final Fantasy movie good.
Sure, they could.
If
No,
they
I don't
didn't
think
actually
story
make it.
tight.
If they
It's
didn't
too
actually
absurd.
make it live action and just did the sweet ass CGI shit like they did for Final Fantasy Advent Children, that was awesome.
No, we're talking about live action.
Live action specifically.
Yeah, really, your benchmark for a good Final Fantasy production is Advent Children when they just had that flawless Final Fantasy 12 movie or 14 movie.
Never seen. Didn't even know that existed.
You absolutely have seen it. It's the prequel to that game.
Oh, you
The
mean
animation's
you mean 15?
15, whatever number.
Oh, you're right. I did forget about that. That was godly.
That's-
I completely forgot about that. That one was really good.
Yeah.
Oh, I forget what they called. And you know what? You know what's funny? That kind of ruined the game for me. Because that character and those characters in that show, they were supposed to be in the game. Not once. And if they were in the game, I didn't remember it because it's clearly minimal. Oh, I forgot about that. I should rewatch that. What
Final
was it?
Fantasy is pretty gay.
So is your mom. but
Not as
we
gay
don't
as Dungeons and
probably
Dragons.
talk.
What do you mean? There's nothing gay about Dungeons.
Nothing at all. No, not
I
one.
mean, listen, there may be a slight bit of bestiality,
But it's not
Listen.
gay bestiality.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
female horses.
I
that
assume.
Roger's fucking.
Very hetero.
Oh God.
Yeah, one of our party members is a horse fucker.
Yikes.
We
It's a
can't take him
problem.
anywhere.
We're trying to get him over it.
We should do that. We're in the next town. Let's see if we can't ask Spin and see if there's someone who like treats mental problems. What would you call him? I don't know. A
Psychiatrist?
psychiatrist.
Are you kink shaming him right now?
Yeah, I totally am.
Well, just like wean him off. Introduce him to centaurs first.
Ah, just bring him to church so he can pray the gay away.
That's Sketch's job. That ain't me. I ain't about that church life. The only church I know is the Church of Winston. Oh,
You crawled your way into a church because you're stupid enough to get bit by a centipede.
yeah, well, that hurt, and I saved us. Thank you. I killed one before one just attacked me, even though I wasn't even in its like line of sight. It just bypassed the closest person. It's like, hey, you killed my friend. I'm gonna bite you. Fuck you.
I killed both of those centipedes.
There were 4.
I killed 2 of them.
Final Fantasy VI is the only one you played? I don't even know anyone who's ever played that. It started at 7 and it went up from there. Never went down. Oh, man. Well,
My favorite is Final Fantasy 13.
what?
Shut up.
Shut your goddamn mouth. You don't know what you're talking about anymore. The game was AIDS and ass. Ugh. Oh, my God.
Oh, that
Jesus.
pop concert intro. Oh.
Was it? No, you think you're talking about X2.
Yeah.
The X2
And
had
that
the
was-
pop concert.
That was an almost playable game.
I played the fuck out of that game, even though I like halfway hated it as I played it. They did the same thing that Final Fantasy 50 did. Alright, we did a whole party of chicks. Now let's do a whole party of dudes. Oh.
And it was so
You know what's weird? I think I would have I'd liked 12 better, or X2 better, in the sense, I don't know. The all-chick party, story-wise, made more sense than the all-guy party. Because it's like, alright, here's the token gay guy who's taking pictures of everything. It's like, if you threw a chick into that, that's fine. That makes a little more sense.
They were all the token gay guy.
All of them. Exactly. And it
All
made
of them.
sense.
What would happen if we put 5 gay guys with big swords?
In one room. They'd all just start licking their swords. Oh my god. Alright, we got anything else to jump into? Are we wrapping her up? I have to
I'm ready to go to bed.
Oh man. Well, Joe, I appreciate you jumping on the podcast with us at such late notice. I appreciate it.
For sure.
Right
Happy to
on.
help.
Let's gonna wrap up another episode of For the Glory podcast. I'm Vats,
Oh yeah. And I'm MicSpam.
and you guys have yourself a fantastic night or evening or
Peace
day.
out.
Fuck it.